Welcome to Module 7 of our course on digital forensics and incident response. This module focuses on an absolutely critical aspect of our field, evidence preservation. Getting this right is fundamental to everything we do in digital forensics and incident response. By the end of this module, our goals are clear. You will understand why preserving digital evidence is so vitally important. We'll dive into the key digital imaging techniques used to create reliable copies without harming the original. We will thoroughly cover the procedures needed to maintain the integrity of that evidence, specifically focusing on chain of custody and meticulous documentation. And importantly, we'll discuss the serious consequences that arise when these preservation protocols are ignored or improperly executed. What is evidence preservation? Evidence preservation is the cornerstone of digital forensics. The link between initial collection and courtroom admissibility is important. We will also discuss how failing to maintain evidence integrity can result in financial loss. Did you know that the average cost of a data breach was $4.45 million in 2023? The critical need for preservation. So let's start with the why. Why is preservation non-negotiable? Imagine spending weeks, maybe months, tracking down a cyber threat, only to find the crucial digital evidence is inadmissible because it was handled improperly. Preservation is what maintains the integrity of our investigations. It prevents that critical data from being tainted, altered, or lost. Think of it like building a house. You need a solid, uncontaminated foundation. Proper evidence preservation provides that foundation, ensuring the data we rely on is intact, reliable, and ultimately admissible in legal or internal proceedings. Evidence presentation isn't just about ticking boxes. It's about safeguarding the information itself and building credibility for our findings. In the digital realm, data can be altered incredibly easily, sometimes unintentionally. That's why having robust preservation protocols isn't just recommended, it's essential. Understanding and mastering these principles empowers you, whether you're working in cybersecurity, IT management, law enforcement, or any role touching digital investigations. It's fundamental to delivering vital insights and making your work count. Digital imaging. Digital imaging is a cornerstone technique for preserving original evidence. Why? Because our primary goal is often to analyze evidence without altering the original source media in any way. Digital imaging allows us to create an exact duplicate or clone of the entire contents of a digital storage device. Think hard drives, SSDs, USB sticks, memory cards. The analogy often used is creating a perfect photocopy of a sensitive document. You work with the copy, keeping the original pristine and untouched. The gold standard for forensic imaging is often referred to as bitstream imaging or a physical image. This method clones the data exactly, capturing every single bit from the source media, sector by sector. This is crucial because it preserves not just the active files you might see in an operating system, but also potentially deleted files residing in unallocated space, file slack, metadata like creation and access dates, and the overall structure of the file system. It's like creating a complete time capsule of the digital environment at the moment of acquisition, which is essential for thorough analysis and legal proceedings. To perform this imaging, we use specialized forensic imaging software and sometimes hardware. You'll encounter tools like FTK Imager, Encase Forensic Imager, open-source command line tools like DD or DCFL-DD in Linux environments, and dedicated graphical tools like Imager. The specific tool might vary, but the critical point is to use trusted, validated software and hardware that are recognized within the forensics community. File carving techniques allow for recovering deleted or fragmented data, adding another layer to forensic investigations. Let's explore the demonstration of using FTK Imager and how it's an essential tool. Digital imaging involves bit-by-bit imaging, write blockers, validation hashes. Write blockers. Write blockers are essential to safeguard the original digital evidence during forensic investigations. Understanding the distinction between hardware and software write blockers is crucial for selecting the appropriate tool for a given situation. Write blockers function by preventing any data alteration on the source drive, ensuring the integrity of the evidence is maintained. Common mistakes, such as bypassing write blockers or using outdated drivers, can compromise the integrity of the evidence. Guidance from NIST provides valuable insights into write blocker usage and best practices. Hashing algorithms, the act of verifying data integrity. Hashing algorithms are crucial for verifying the integrity of digital evidence. Understanding the properties and differences between MD5, SHA-1, and SHA-256 is essential. Calculating and comparing hash values ensures that data hasn't been tampered with during acquisition or storage. Although hash collisions are rare, it's important to know what they are and how to mitigate their impact. Consider calculating hash values of a disk image. Tools like HashCalc, MD5Deep, and SHA-256 simplify this process. These tools provide reliable mechanisms to confirm data integrity throughout the forensic process. Digital imaging workflow summary. So let's quickly iterate the workflow. First, you secure the original evidence. Second, you write protect it to prevent alterations. Third, you image it using trusted tools to create that bitstream copy. Fourth, you validate the image's integrity using hash values. Fifth, you document every single step meticulously and store the original evidence and the image copies securely. Okay, so we've created a verified image. But how do we prove that the original evidence and the image itself haven't been tampered with after collection or creation? This is where we shift focus to maintaining integrity over time, primarily through what's known as the chain of custody. Chain of custody. This is essentially the documented life story or narrative of a piece of evidence. It starts the moment evidence is identified and seized and continues unbroken until it's presented in court or disposed of. This record must meticulously track the who, what, when, where, and how of evidence handling. Who had custody of it? What is the evidence, with unique identifiers? When was it collected, transferred, stored, or accessed? Where was it kept? And how was it handled and secured at each stage? A clear, unbroken chain of custody is vital to prevent challenges to the evidence's authenticity and ensure it's admissible. A chain of custody form captures this essential information, providing an auditable trail from collection to presentation in court. Secure storage is vital to protect evidence from unauthorized access and tampering. NIST guidelines, such as SP 800-86, offer further advice on integrating forensic techniques into incident response. These best practices are essential for upholding the integrity and admissibility of digital evidence throughout the investigation process. Data acquisition from volatile sources. Acquiring data from volatile sources requires specialized techniques. RAM captures running processes, network connections, and encryption keys, which are critical to investigations. Live system acquisition involves tools like Dumpit and Belkasoft RAM capture to preserve volatile data. The order of volatility, which dictates the sequence in which data should be collected. Preserving system logs is critical for incident reconstruction and forensic analysis. Capturing and analyzing logs can provide insights into events leading up to an incident. Preserving network evidence. Preserving network evidence involves several key steps. Network traffic analysis uses tools like Wireshark and Dump to capture packets, providing insights into communication patterns and potential security breaches. Intrusion detection systems, IDS, and intrusion prevention systems, IPS, logs record suspicious activity and attempted exploits. Firewall logs identify patterns of network access and potential policy violations. DNS logs trace domain name resolution, aiding in identifying malicious domains and tracking communication paths. Correlating network data with other forensic findings enhances the overall investigation, providing a more comprehensive understanding of events. Cloud evidence preservation. Preserving cloud evidence involves understanding the data preservation policies of cloud service providers, CSPs. Navigating legal processes for obtaining cloud data, often require subpoenas and court orders to comply with privacy regulations. Forensic tools for cloud environments facilitate the acquisition and analysis of data stored in the cloud. Challenges in cloud evidence preservation include data location, jurisdiction, and encryption. Each cloud platform, such as Amazon AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud Platform, has unique features and considerations for forensic investigations. Best practices for evidence preservation. Ensuring admissibility in court is a key takeaway. Continuously updating training to align with the latest techniques and technologies is essential for forensic professionals. Seeking legal consultation ensures that all processes comply with relevant laws and regulations. Proactive planning, including developing incident response plans, prepares organizations for effectively managing and preserving digital evidence during incidents. Protecting data integrity in digital forensics is of utmost importance. This commitment enhances the reliability and credibility of forensic investigations, contributing to fair and just outcomes. Remember, maintaining a proper chain of custody and preserving evidence is crucial. In the next module, we will explore the analysis of digital evidence in detail. Thank you.